Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming.
I'm glad I didn't sit on this.
Sit on the
It was
microphone.
on the chair. Could have been a horrible
That would have been
accident if I sat on
exciting.
it.
Johnny, welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
And you just
Again.
said, I think, outside when we had a couple of words, that you've just been here recently with your band.
Yeah, with the one person that's heard it. Yeah, I was here with the Vampires, the Hollywood Vampires, about 3-4 months ago or something. Yeah.
What was the reception like? I mean, you can see that people just are completely in awe and in love with you. But what was it like being on stage playing with the Hollywood Vampires in Switzerland, in Zurich?
I mean, it was amazing. It was a gas. The crowd was very welcoming. They were very responsive. Had a good time. Everybody had a good time. So yeah, no, it was a memorable gig.
That brings me to my first question, because you said in an interview a couple of years ago that actually music has been your first love, and that you adore, being in a band and playing rock songs. How come? I mean, why did you fall in love with music, and what is so special about music in comparison to the great stuff that you do on the big screen?
Well, I'm not sure about great stuff I've done on the big screen. I haven't. It's very kind of you. I haven't seen very much of it, so I don't know what it is.
But all of them have seen everything, basically. So,
thank you. Well, thanks for going. Thanks for going in my place. I mean, there's a huge difference between my day job, as it were, making films, and then playing music. The one thing about music is that it's immediate. I mean, it's instant, and there's one take, right? So it's all about sort of trying to deliver something, some feeling to the audience, in which they, in return, give something back. So that happens in a very immediate way. And in cinema, when you're working on a film, when you're working on a set, essentially you do the bit, you do your work, and you explore various possibilities of the scene, so that you kind of covered all bases in terms of giving options to the filmmaker, and in that, once the scene is done, and once the film is done, it's I sort of feel like it's none of my business what happens after.
Is that in a way, because the way that you explained it and described it, is that in a way frustrating? That maybe the response that you get playing music up on stage is, as you've been saying, it immediate, and with the movie you can't really tell afterwards.
Yeah, because I mean, as I said, it's immediate. So there's an immediate exchange with the audience when you're playing, and you're communicating through notes and lyrics and such. On a film, you're in the trenches. You do the work. That you've committed yourself to doing, and then the reaction, let's say, of the audience comes about a year later when the film is done and in the cinemas. So at that point, it's like, that's long gone. So all I have is the memory and the experience of playing the role. So or making the film. So I just walk away with that experience, and that's, I don't know, sort of plenty for me. I'd rather not. I don't know. I'd rather not see my stuff, because it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like watching myself.
I think
it's
some
hard
of them
to shave
have
in the
watched
morning,
your stuff
actually.
plenty of times. Johnny, Talking about acting, keeping that in mind, that you say that the response is immediate playing music, what triggers your interest when it comes to scripts and characters? Because if you look at the variety of characters that you've played, it's just amazing what you have done. But what does a script or movie or producer or scriptwriter need to bring to you to get your interest?
You want to be surprised by something. You want to be surprised. You look for something that's not necessarily based on something that's altogether formulaic. You look for a character that someone has painstakingly written and offered you to play. So that's really what I get from it, is the actual work, the actual, diving into the character, locating the character, building a character, and trying, if at all possible, to do something, at least to try to do something that maybe hasn't been done to death, that's maybe just a bit different. There is a bit of, peril in that. But I think that that's also something that's incredibly important for an actor. I think that to walk in and do the sort of same thing every time, every film, every character is sort of this version of yourself, and they are versions of me, all these characters. But to go in and, I think one must tempt the possibility of falling flat on your face,
So taking risks is important. In a
yeah,
sense.
I think if you don't explore fully, commit yourself fully to the character and to the director's vision and to your vision and the author's vision, you owe that. I feel that I owe it to the people, to try something different, because I'd hate to bore you, So if I don't try something that could be potentially disastrous, I don't feel like I'm doing enough of the work, I prefer when studios are scared.
Okay, I have an example for studios being scared. Let's pick one particular pirate, and Captain Jack Sparrow. You could have played him like a typical hero pirate, but you made him into this crazy, surprising...
Was he crazy? I don't know.
A great character.